We're here today to talk about Jamberry Nail Wrap Application and how you can get the perfect Wraplication. In order to do this, you will need a sheet of Jamberry nail wraps, a Jamberry mini heater, or a hairdryer can work too, and a Jamberry application kit. You may already have some of the things from the Jamberry application kit at home. I recommend having a pair of tiny scissors, nail clippers, nail buffer, nail file, orange sticks or a cuticle pusher, and nail cleanser or alcohol wipes. You can use regular rubbing alcohol as well. So you're ready for your Jamicure. Let me show you how to get the best Wraplication. That way you can make sure you're not having any trouble. So first you want to start by prepping your nails. So wash your hands in warm soapy water. I've already done that. Then make sure you dry your nails completely. The next step is to prep your nail by trimming your nail to the right length. So I already did that. And then use a file to just file it so it's just where you want it. The next step is you want to push back your cuticle. You can use an orange stick like this to push back your cuticle. And you really want to make sure you push it back really well. And also you want to make sure you get rid of your invisible cuticle. So an invisible cuticle you won't be able to see. But what you're going to do is you're going to use your orange stick to push it and you'll see it start to come off. So I've pushed back my cuticle. I've gotten rid of my invisible cuticle. I'm all ready to go. Next, remove any oil or shine by lightly buffing the nail. So I have a Jamberry nail buffer here. And so you're going to gently buff the nail just to get rid of any oil or shine. And the last step in prepping your nail is to gently clean your nail with a nail cleanser or a nail prep wipe. You can also use alcohol remove. Okay? So I'm going to gently clean it, make sure it's really good. There's no cuticle left there. And I'm ready for my wrap. Okay? So now that you've prepped your nail perfectly, you want to find the best wrap that fits for you. So I have this awesome pattern here. This is called Mint Green Chevron, and it's one of my favorites. And I love using it for accent nails. So I'm going to use this one as an accent nail today. So what you want to do is you want to select a wrap that's slightly smaller than your nail. So you don't want one that's too big, and you don't want one that's too small, but you really don't want it to overlap to your skin. So it's better to select one that's slightly smaller. So I'm going to use this one right here. Using an orange stick, you're going to gently lift the wrap from the back. Then you're going to pull it back, and you want to trim it halfway. So I have in this application kit Jamberry little scissors. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim the wrap in half. And I know I have short nails, so I don't really need that much. So once you have your wrap cut in half, you're going to heat it. And you can use the Jamberry mini heater, which I find works the best. But if you don't have a Jamberry mini heater, that's okay. You can use a hairdryer or other heat source as well. Just the mini heater gives the best amount of heat, and it also will help you ensure that you get a really great application. So I'm going to turn it on. It's on, you can't even hear it. And you're going to heat it for 3 to 5 seconds, depending on which type of finish you're using. So there's consistent heat coming out. I've heated it up for 3 to 5 seconds, and then I'm ready to press it on. So what you want to do is place it where you want it, and then press it down only in the middle. Okay? Make sure it's pressed down really well. I like to use this Jamberry cuticle pusher for this step. So I'm going to push it down exactly where I want it to go, and I'm going to make sure it's pushed down really great. Then I'm going to heat the nail again, or the nail wrap again, just a couple seconds, and working from the inside out, from the middle out, I'm going to push the wrap down really hard. Now, Jamberry nail wraps are heat and pressure applicated, so you really want to make sure you're using a lot of heat or the right amount of heat, and that you're pressing them down really well. Okay, so I've pressed from the middle and then I've gone out to the edges. If you have any bumps or wrinkles, what you can do is reheat it and press it down again. So it looks like I got a good application. It's nice. It's not touching the edges. It's a good application and it's ready to go. So I'm just going to pull at the end just to make sure I get a good application on the tips because I'm really hard on my nails. Heat it up again. And then make sure it's really pressed, really well down, applying a firm pressure. Okay, now it's on there. Now you need to either clip it or trim it. So if you want your nails short, I recommend clipping it, and you can clip right onto the nail to get the best one. I like to have a little length, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these little mini scissors, and these are the ones by Jamberry, and the really awesome thing about them is they're curved. So I'm going to trim as close to the nail as I can get around it, getting rid of that excess nail wrap. Okay, and you can throw that piece out, or if you haven't touched the bottom of it, you can even save it. Okay, so I've trimmed it as close as I'm going to get it. Now you want to gently, and the key is gently, file off the remaining wrap. And you want to go at a 90-degree angle. You can slightly tilt it, but really you want to go at a 90-degree angle and gently file downwards. And only file downwards. Don't go up and down or to the sides. Gently file downwards at a 90-degree angle, and you'll notice that extra wrap just comes right off. You can see there it's come off. Okay, got perfect Wraplication done. Now to finish it off, I recommend heating it one more time, 3 to 5 seconds, and then applying additional pressure. And there you go. You've done the perfect Wraplication, and it was super easy. So, step 1, prep your nail. Step 2, match your nail to the proper one and cut it in half. Step 3, heat it for 3 to 5 seconds, then apply it using pressure, additional heat, pressure, and additional heat if necessary. Then trim and file. That's step 4. And step 5 is apply additional heat and pressure until your wrap has a good bond. And there you go. You're done, and you've got the perfect Wraplication. I recommend finishing off with Jamberry cuticle oil just to make sure you're keeping your nails really healthy. I'm just going to apply this right up there and rub it in, and there we go. And this should last me 2 weeks if I've done the proper application. Some people even get 3 weeks when they do a really great application. So if you have any questions about your Wraplication, let me know. I'd be happy to help.